Welcome to Fin Street, wherein this time we are covering digital penetration which is increasing in India. We are joined by Mr. Parag Rao, the country head at HDFC Bank for payment business, consumer finance business, digital banking and marketing. Welcome to the show, sir. Let's begin, by asking you, India is witnessing a change in its spending behavior with digital spends now actually increasing. So could you elaborate on how are the payments or how are the changes that you are witnessing with respect to adoption in technology by customers, and also is cash being displaced by other instruments in spends?
Yeah, thank you. Good morning, everyone. That was a fully loaded question. You asked actually 3-4 questions in one. But let me start out by saying that I think really proud to be an Indian. India for the last 3 to 4 years has proven that they can be at the forefront of a massive change. India is the largest democracy. And I think what we're witnessing is specific to payments. Of course, there are many other areas where we're witnessing a huge amount of change. Is this huge, rapid digitalization, or in consumer speak, I think billions and billions of transactions which our consumers, Indian citizens, are doing using UPI. And we're at the forefront. And as you know, as published statistics will tell you, India today boasts the largest number of digital transactions, whether you call it the life to date, whether you call it on a monthly basis, on a run to rate basis, and that is growing significantly. This is a seminal change in the way consumers are making payments, transferring money from peer to peer, from you to me, are making payments to merchants for purchasing goods, etc., etc. And it is a harbinger, if you may call so, of a significant amount of consumption-led growth. India being a domestic economy, I think consumption becomes one of the largest drivers of GDP growth, and digitalization is at the forefront of this growth. So it's a seminal change, and really proud to be an Indian to show to the world that this is how you can digitize, and this is how you can actually take your war against cash, which is a global phenomena, and actually prove to the world that it's possible to do using technology.
Well, sir, in terms of infrastructure as well, we are seeing UPI QR codes as well as credit cards have seen expansion, while debit cards have seen a decline over the last 4-5 months. So your view on the same, how the change is happening? UPI penetration has been increasing massively. In last 4 months or so, it's increased by almost 13% in terms of penetration.
Yeah. Right. So let me step back and let me sort of put this in perspective. Okay, traditionally up till now, Indians had only cash, or they would use checks, money transfers to make payments. Typically, consumer payments was only cash, debit, and credit card. These were the 3 form factors which were the most popular. With the advent of UPI, obviously, it brought about a seminal change in the customer's behavior to make payments, because it's simple to make a small ticket payment, if you may call so, on your app, safe, secure, and instantly. So what one is seeing is a huge expansion. By the way, as you may know, and statistics would show, that the penetration of payments in what you would call electronic payments in the entire consumption basket of a consumers like you and me, was very small. It was less than sort of 10%, even with when UPI sort of just about started. Okay, that has been now galloping forward. Okay, the bulk of the payments were being made in cash, and UPI actually has done a fantastic job in actually taking the battle forward and winning the battle, if you may call so, against cash. And that has exploded the marketplace in terms of.
Okay.
Having said this, I think all the other payment forms are also growing. Each is growing at their own rate. The way I see it is that I think the journey of expansion of electronic payments is still going to continue for the foreseeable future, because cash still is a significant portion of consumer purchases. Okay, and UPI will continue eating into cash, and thereby you will continue still seeing a significant growth in UPI.
For your bank, the credit card momentum is back in June. However, at an industry level, the spends per card and the overall spends have declined massively in June, as per, the data that is available from RBI. So is June, August, or let's say till September a lull period historically? How do you see spends in credit card coming back, or, in the coming future, how do you see the spends in credit card picking up?
I don't think we should look at such micro numbers and try to pick out trends. Okay, ups and downs within a year happen. Festive season, spends go up. Immediately post-festive season, spends drop relative to the festive season. So that's a normal phenomena. Cycles and payments continue happening. I think what's important to do, and you can allude to my previous answer, is that each form factor is going to grow. Each form factor is showing good, robust growth. There's significant issuing of instruments happening, credit cards happening. The number of credit cards issued in the industry is growing rapidly. Spends are being adopted. More and more customers are adopting credit cards as well, just as much as they're adopting UPI. And one phenomena I think I must point out is that, and I've seen this in many developed economies, that consumers, first-time consumers, start off with the most simplest way of payment. In India, I believe that is UPI. And as they mature in their habit of making payments electronically for most of their consumption services, they also start migrating to more evolved forms of payment forms which may give them more value. Example, in the case of credit card, you get reward points and various other incentives. And slowly, as their equilibrium starts picking up, consumers adopt multiple forms of payment. So we're in that phase, but like I said, I think we've still got a long way to grow in terms of the larger growth of electronic payments in consumers in India. So I wouldn't be worried about 1 month or 2 month trends. I think the outlook is very positive for all payment factors.